Hi everyone, my name is Madeline. Welcome to yoga on Wednesday morning. Today I'm going to be teaching you an hour-long vinyasa yoga class. So we're going to start off kind of opening up the body, and then we're going to build some heat. So I want to make sure that throughout this whole class you're listening to your body and your breath. And the main goal right now is to be connecting with our breath through movement. So if we ever are losing our breath and caught up in the movement, that's a symbol for us to slow down. So remember, just listen to your breath the whole practice and use that as an indicator of when to push it and when to kind of back off. I also just want to acknowledge the music that's playing today is by my dear friend Haley Deas. And we're both pre-recording this session, but we're doing it at the same time. So our energies are coming together to form this class. She's a dear friend of mine, and I'm so excited to be collaborating with her on this. So everyone, we can just get started in a comfortable seated position. Just close your eyes and start to slow down your breath. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath in your belly. If it helps and you want to place one hand on your belly, feel free. Consciously slowing down the breath. And breathing in and out through the nose. Emptying your lungs completely on the exhales. And filling your lungs fully on the inhales. And doing a little scan of your body, just noticing what you're coming to your mat with today. Noticing and observing, taking notes without judgment. Are there any points of tension in your body? Is your mind thinking a little more than usual? Are you feeling a lot of joy? Is there a certain color or texture that could describe your energy? Scanning your body, not just your physical body, but your energetic body as well. And with all of your observations that you've gathered, take a moment to set an intention for your practice. So I like to think about the mantra, energy flows where attention goes, or where intention goes. So kind of giving us the freedom to decide how we want to feel, how we want things to go. So taking this moment now to set an intention either for the rest of your practice, the rest of the day, the rest of your week at Virtual Burning Man. And once you have your intention, bring your hands to prayer at heart center to seal it all in, taking a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And then flutter your eyes open, letting your hands drop to the side on the ground, chest open, and inhale to sweep your hands up, palms active, gazing up at your hands. Breathing here. And then exhale to drop your right hand down to the ground, leaning over to the right side, gazing up at the left hand. Nothing too dramatic here at the beginning of practice. And then inhale to sweep the right hand up, gaze up. Exhale to drop the left hand to the left side and reach your right hand over. Maybe gazing up at that right hand. Nothing too dramatic. And inhale to sweep that left hand up. And then exhale, we're gonna open out to the right side, so left hand on the right knee. Inhale to extend, and exhale to deepen. So we're twisting here in our upper body, maybe gazing beyond the right shoulder. And then inhale, hands come back up. Exhale to twist over to the left, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale to extend and exhale to twist. And then inhale to sweep the arms back up. Exhale, hands by your side. Place the hands behind you so that your fingers are facing towards you, palms towards the ground, fingertips tented. Inhale to roll the shoulders back and down, opening up the chest, and maybe gazing up and letting the head drop back if that feels okay. Maybe rocking side to side here, leaning farther back, opening up the chest. And then bring your head forward, hands come out in front of you, and walk them in front of you, tenting the fingertips, dropping the head, extending the spine. Then hands walk back towards you. And we're gonna walk them forward to come onto hands and knees for a tabletop. I'm gonna turn to the side here. So, hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips, taking a moment to set this up. We're gonna start to move through some cat-cows. So on an inhale, arching the back, gazing up, opening the chest. And on an exhale, rounding the spine like a cat, tucking the tail, tucking the head. Inhale, drop the back, gaze up, arching. And exhale, rounding. Inhale to arch and gaze up, cow pose. And exhale to round and tuck for cat. So moving through these cat and cows on your own timing with your own breath. Getting used to that feeling of breath, synchronized movement. So that's what we're going for here in this practice, is remembering how to weave our body, our movement with our breath, and keeping our consciousness, our spirit there as well. So what does it feel like to move with your own breath? Maybe you want to add some hip circles here. Tuning into your body. And then we're going to get some balance going here. So pouring our weight into our right knee and extending, or left knee, sorry, and extending the right leg long. And we're going to extend the left arm long as well, palm facing inward, almost like you're reaching out to shake someone's hand. And pointing the foot here, so we're balancing, and maybe looking into your monitor, or just trying to sense one long line of energy from your left fingertips all the way to your right toes. And then exhale, pull the knee in towards the chest, and the elbow towards the chest, so they meet. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee and elbow together. Inhale to extend. One more time. Exhaling, knee and elbow together. And then extend. And hold the arm and leg out. Bend into that right knee. You can either stay here or reach back with the left hand for that right foot. Kicking into the foot. And finding this opening, this back bend position, this balance. And then release with control, extending long. Again, left hand comes to the ground, right toe tucks. We're gonna rock forward and backward here, opening up the hamstring. Then right knee comes back to the ground, left arm reaches up and threads underneath the right for a thread the needle pose. So left shoulder on the ground, right hand walks forward, pull your hips back in space and let your left cheek rest on the ground. So the fingertips of the right hand are tented here, so we're really getting into the armpit, that underarm area. And breathe here. And then right palm plants by your face. Left arm extends up and over. And then left hand comes back to the ground. Pouring our weight into the right foot and extending the left foot, pointing the left toes, and then the right arm extends. So our right palm is facing towards the middle. We're feeling one long line of energy from our right fingers to our left toes. So balancing here, noticing any difference from one side to another, and noticing where your body's at today. I can tell my body is tired. Yesterday I went on a really long bike ride, so balance is kind of harder for me today, and that's okay. So exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. Two more. Exhaling, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. And last one. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. So bend that left knee, either staying here or reaching back with the right hand, kicking into the right hand with the left foot, and holding here, finding a gaze point ahead of you to help you find your balance. And then release, extend, right hand comes to the ground, tucking those toes, rocking forward and backward, opening the back of that left leg, knee comes to the ground. Inhale, right arm extend, and exhale, thread the needle, resting the right shoulder on the ground, extending the left arm, tenting the fingertips, and pulling the hips back in space. Breathing into the space under the left arm here. And then left hand plants by your face. Inhale, the right hand extends up. And exhale, hands come to the ground. Open the knees out wide, bring the feet together, and sink the hips back. Arms walk forward, folding forward into a child's pose. So our forehead's pressing into the ground here. And we're just melting. So So just knowing you can come back here at any point during your practice. And then inhale to rock yourself forward, tucking the toes under and pressing up to your first downward dog of the day. So we're pedaling at our feet here. Pressing into the palms, into the pads of the fingers. Feeling that length in our spine, and we're gonna bend the knees and extend the spine long. Really just sensing into that sense of length here. And then exhale, slowly reaching your heels towards the ground. It's okay if they don't touch, we're just going for that sensation. And then we're gonna walk our feet one by one to the front of the mat. As we get closer to the hands, bend into the knees and drop the head, letting effort go in the upper body and just feeling ourselves supported by our legs, maybe interlacing the arms, feeling that sense of length. Maybe you want to shake your head, yes or no. And then release your hands to the ground. Inhale to lift halfway up. So we're coming into monkey pose. So I like to do it on my fingers, or you can bring your hands to your shins. But we're going for this kind of sense of length in the upper body. So from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, from the heels of the feet all the way to the tailbone, and from either the shins where your fingertips are resting or the ground all the way up to your shoulders. So sensing into that length here. And then exhale to hinge at the hips, folding all the way. Slight bend in the knees as we inhale. Sweep the hands up. And exhale, hands by your side. So I'm going to turn towards you. Palms facing forward, rocking forward and backward here. Rolling the shoulders back and down. And finding our sense of grounding as we stand. So inhale to sweep the hands up and overhead. And exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward all the way. Inhaling to lift halfway up. Exhaling to plant the hands on the ground, step the feet back to a plank. And we're gonna hold here for 10 breaths. So things to keep in mind here, our hips and our shoulders are kind of in the same line. There's a slight dome in the upper back. The tailbone is slightly tucked. Imagine someone standing on either side of your legs, or you have some sort of band wrapped around your legs and you're pressing out against it. So really sensing into the strength here in this posture. And then exhale, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, and chin to the ground, flattening yourself out and coming into a sphinx. So palms are facing towards the ground, elbows are on the ground, shoulders roll back and down. Feeling that sense of opening in the chest. And then exhale, coming all the way down. Bring your hands to the base of your ribs, elbows in, hands right next to your body, tucking the toes, and pushing either through plank or table to get to a downward facing dog. And we're gonna breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the knees, gazing forward, either stepping or jumping to the front of the mat. Inhaling to lift halfway, coming back to that same sense that we felt before. Exhaling to fold forward all the way. Inhale, hands sweep up, gaze up. And exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, hands sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank. And this time lower halfway through a chaturanga or through knees, chest, chin. Into upward facing dog, tops of the feet on the mat. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the knees, gazing forward, stepping or jumping to the front. Inhaling to lift halfway. Exhaling to fold forward all the way. Inhale to sweep the hands up, gaze up. And exhale, hands by your side. We're going to do another sun salutation here. So inhale, sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump. Moving through your chaturanga to upward dog, and then back to downward facing dog. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the knees, gazing forward, stepping or jumping to the front of the mat. Inhaling to lift halfway. Exhaling to fold forward all the way. Inhale to sweep the hands up, gazing up. And exhale, hands by your side. This time we are going to bring our hands to prayer at heart center and lift the right knee for a crane pose. So our knee is kind of at a 90-degree angle. Our foot is facing towards the ground. And we're pressing into our palms, so our chest is opening here. And finding a point to gaze at ahead of us. And I want you to bring your left hand to your left hip, your right hand to your right knee, and open that knee out to the side, feeling that sense of balance here. And still the sense of opening in your chest. It's okay if you fall here, just balancing. Sometimes balancing looks like falling and trying again. And then coming back to center, switching hands. So left hand on the right knee. And then I want you to peel your right hand back behind you. Gazing behind you. And then bringing yourself back to center, releasing the right foot to the ground and pedaling the feet out. We're gonna do it on the other side. So maybe rocking forward and backward a little bit, finding your balance again. And then the left knee comes up. Left hand is on the left knee. Well, first actually, hands in prayer at heart center, finding that sense of opening in the chest. Left foot pointing toward the ground, left knee bent. And then left hand on left knee, right hand on hip, opening that knee out to the side. Finding that gaze point and keeping your eyes there. And then bringing your knee back through center. Right hand to left knee, and left hand peels back behind you, opening out, maybe gazing behind you. Noticing the quality of your breath here. And then coming back through center and releasing, pedaling out the feet. Then hands come to prayer heart center again. We're going to lift our right knee up into crane. And then bending forward, bending into that left knee and extending that right leg back. Coming into warrior 3. And then we're going to let our left hand find the ground in front of and slightly to the left of our left foot. Feel that right hip open. And feel that right arm open for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Finding our balance here. And then bending into the left knee and reaching the right foot for the ground. Left hand steps to the outside of our left foot and peeling that right arm up and over, and then over our ear. Sensing into this deep extension. Then right hand comes down to the ground. We're on the ball mount of our right foot. Right knee comes to the ground. And our hands sweep up and overhead for low lunge. Dipping our hips forward, maybe coming onto the ball mount of the left foot. Feeling this in our right, the front of our right leg, so in our psoas. And gazing up. And then exhale, hands frame that right foot, or the left foot, and rocking the hips back, coming onto the left heel, pulling the toes back towards us. Inhale to extend and exhale to fold over that leg. Really feeling that left hip pull back here. Again, sensing into your breath, taking note of where you are. Then bending into that knee again. We're gonna come onto the finger pads of our foot and step up so that our right foot comes into a pyramid position. So both toes are facing forward. There is about 1.5 feet of space between each foot, each leg. We're going to inhale to extend our spine and exhale to fold forward over that left leg again, this time in a standing position. Breathing deep here. Trying to even out the hips. Inhale, gaze forward. Plant the hands, step back to a plank. We're gonna move through a vinyasa, clearing it all out. Back to downward facing dog. Whenever there's a vinyasa, you can always skip it and just go right to downward dog, or take a rest in child's pose. And then step your feet to the front of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold forward all the way. Inhale to sweep the hands up, gaze up. Exhale, hands in prayer at heart center. And the left knee up for crane, so pressing our palms together. Chest is open wide. And we're going to start to hinge in the right knee. Extending that left leg back for warrior three. Balancing here. And then right hand comes to the ground, just in front and to the right of that foot. Ardha Chandrasana, so opening the left arm up. And balancing here. Gazing up at the left hand. And then bending into that right knee. Left hand to the ground, right hand walks just to the outside of the right foot. And extending that arm up and overhead. Gazing at the left hand. Feeling that sense of extension from the left heel all the way to the left hand. And then left hand comes down to the ground. Left knee comes to the ground. And let our hips rock forward, maybe coming onto the ball mount. Extending those arms up and overhead for a low lunge variation. Getting into the psoas of the left leg. And then exhale to windmill the hands around the foot and rock the hips back for this half split. So we're on the heel of our right foot. Inhale to extend and exhale to fold forward over that right leg. Breathing deep here. Feeling that right hip pulling back in space. Those arms are extended long. And really just feeling the stretch in the back of the right leg. And And then we're gonna bend into that right knee, come onto the finger pads, and step the left foot up. So we're coming into pyramid. Our toes are pointing forward, our legs are straight and long. Inhale, we extend, and exhale, we fold forward over that right leg. Breathing here, finding a sense of evenness in the hips, playing with our edge here. And then lift your head, plant the palms, step back to a plank. Exhale, move through a vinyasa. Inhale to upward facing dog, and exhale back to downward facing dog. From here, you're gonna reach your right leg back to your left thigh and twist. So we're gazing underneath that left arm, gazing out, noticing what we observe. Right hand comes back to the mat. Switching sides, left hand reaches. We're twisting under. And then left hand comes back to center. Bend the knees, gaze forward, step or jump to the front. Inhaling to lift halfway. Exhaling to fold forward all the way. Inhale to sweep the hands up. And exhale. We're gonna do that one more time. So hands come to prayer heart center. Inhale, come up to crane. We're gonna move a little faster this time, bending into the left knee and extending for our warrior three. Bringing our left hand to the mat and opening to that Ardha Chandrasana, our half moon. Option here to come to Chalpasana, so bending the right knee and extending the right hand back to reach it. Wherever you're at, coming back to half moon, bending into the left leg. Left hand comes to the outside of the right foot, and right arm extends long over the right ear. Right hand comes to the ground, right knee comes to the ground. Bending into that left knee, coming onto the ball mount of the foot. Arms reach up and overhead. And exhale, hands frame the left foot, rocking the hips back, coming onto the left heel, pulling the left feet, the toes back towards us, and folding over that left leg. And then coming onto that left foot again. Hands are we're on the ball mounts of our hands, so reaching up for our pyramid pose. Toes are parallel, facing forward. We're folding over the left leg. And breathing here, really feeling that sense of extension, that deep stretch in the back of the left leg. Hands plant, step the left foot back, and move through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, gazing forward, stepping or jumping to the front. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold forward all the way. Inhale to sweep the hands up, gaze up. And exhale, hands in prayer at heart center. Lifting the left foot up, bending the knee at a 90-degree angle. Bending the right knee, hinging at the hips. And reaching back to balance in a warrior three. And then right hand comes to the ground. Left arm peels up for our half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Option here to come into Chalpasana, bending into that left knee and reaching back with the left hand. And then coming back to half moon, bending into that right knee. Right hand comes to the outside of the right foot, and the left arm sweeps up and over the ear. Feeling that sense of extension. Left hand comes to the ground, left knee comes to the ground. And we're gonna come into that low lunge on the ball mount of the right foot, sweeping the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, hands come down on either side, rocking the hips back on the heel of the right foot, pulling that right hip back in space and folding over the right leg. And then rocking forward onto the right foot again. We're on the finger pads of the hands, stepping up for the pyramid pose. Inhale to extend, and exhale to fold forward over that right leg. And then plant your hands, step or jump back to a plank, lowering through a vinyasa. And back to downward facing dog. Catching your breath here, and then inhale, sweep the right leg up, bend the knee and open the hip out for a three-legged dog. Gazing underneath the right elbow, the right armpit. And then exhale, knee comes to chest in a high plank. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee comes to left elbow in a high plank. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee comes to right elbow in a high plank. Inhale to extend. And exhale, knee to chest, grounding that right foot between the hands, grounding that left heel, and sweeping the arms up for a warrior one. So checking in with our knee here that the right knee is tracking to the right of the big toe, like over the middle of the foot. You want to protect the knee. And gazing up at the hands. And then opening the arms up for a warrior two, gazing over the right hands. Maybe you want to play again with coming onto the ball mount of the right foot, just adding another layer of a balance challenge. And then flipping the right palm up, left hand to the back of the left thigh, extending the right arm up and over the ear. Reverse warrior. And then inhale, back to center, ground the heel, extend long, and we're gonna turn our toes so that both of them are facing inside. Hands come to the hips. Inhale to extend the spine, and exhale to hinge at the hips, folding forward. Hands come between the feet. Inhale to extend the spine long, and exhale to fold forward all the way. Head reaching towards the mat. So either staying here, or if you have headstand, bound headstand in your practice, or tripod headstand, setting up for that and entering into the posture with your legs wide. Coming all the way to the full expression of the pose. And then gracefully leaving enough energy so you can come back down to where you started. When you're ready, inhale to lift halfway, hands at the hips. Exhale to come all the way up. From here, we're gonna heel toe the feet in slightly in and bend the knees for goddess pose. So hands on the hips here, just rocking forward and backward, and then bring your hands to your knees, sinking a little deeper and letting your right shoulder fall in, gazing over, coming back to center, and then letting your left shoulder fall in, back to center. Inhale to straighten the legs, reach the hands all the way up, and exhale, we're gonna hinge forward in a pyramid again over the right side. Toes facing front, then plant the hands, step back to a plank, moving through a vinyasa. Back to downward dog, and we'll do it all on the other side. So inhale to sweep the left leg up, bending that left knee and opening the hip. Gazing under the left arm, and exhale, knee to chest in a high plank. Inhale to extend, Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to chest. Planting that left foot between the hands, grounding the right heel, sweeping the arms up for warrior one. So left knee tracking to the left of the big toe, gazing up above. And then opening up for warrior two. So maybe coming onto the lifted foot here for our warrior two. And then flipping the left palm up, extending it long for extended warrior. So our right hand is on our right thigh, or maybe wraps around and grabs the left thigh. And then hands come back through. We're gonna extend that left leg long, tucking the left toes under or in, so our toes are both facing inward. Interlace the hands at the base of the spine. Inhale to extend, maybe flip the palms here, and exhale to hinge and fold. So feeling a sense of straightening in your legs here, evenness in the hips, and effort in your stomach to pull you deeper into this posture. Then inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, come all the way up. Pulling our heels in slightly. We're coming to goddess pose again. So this time I want you to bring your hands out long to your side, and then bring your finger, your pointer finger and your thumb into a mudra, so bending at the elbows, tucking your tailbone slightly here. And then play around with lifting onto the left ball mount, lifting that left heel off the mat, and then the right. And maybe you want to lift both at the same time. We've been practicing this whole lifting the heels off the mat thing. And just sensing into that here in this goddess pose. And once you're done playing, sweep the hands up and overhead, maybe keeping on the ball mount. And hands by your side, turning towards the left, turning the toes in, so both toes are pointing forward, and folding into our pyramid one more time. Then planting the hands, stepping back to a plank, lowering through a vinyasa, or just meeting up in our downward facing dog. Then coming to a seat, extending the legs long in front of you. We're going to practice Dhanurasana. So we're in a seat, our legs are fully extended. You can move out any excess cushioning you've got there, maybe. So we're gonna extend our legs and activate them so much that maybe our heels lift off the mat, our toes pull back towards us. We can rest our hands down on the mat next to us, palms facing down. We're not really pressing, just resting. And then roll the shoulders back and down, tucking the chin here. So we're in this really activated seat, this L shape. And just really tuning into the breath. Noticing if you're losing engagement and finding it again. And then exhale to release all the effort. Inhale to sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale to hinge at the hips and fold forward. Hands reaching for the feet. If you can grab the feet, pull the toes back towards you. You can either take your peace fingers and grab the big toe, or wrap your hands around your foot. You can maybe grab a belt or like a shirt and wrap it around you to pull your feet back, or just rest your hands on your shin and pull your feet towards you. When we can figure out a way with our bodies to wrap something around our feet and pull them back, we're really getting this whole back body stretch from the crown of our head all the way to our toes. And so we're actively on inhales extending and exhales pulling deeper. And then inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to come all the way up. And I want you to pull your right foot towards you here. So our right foot is towards us. There's about a fist width of space between our foot and our thigh. And we're going to take our right hand onto the inside of this knee and fold forward. So we're kind of getting this deep inner hip stretch. So we're folding forward over that leg. This could feel like enough for you. Or if you want to try and go deeper, you can try and wrap your right hand around the back and either grab onto your shirt or wrap your left hand around and interlace them. Either way, I want you to keep your left foot engaged, so we're keeping the whole leg engaged, and keep pressing into the ground with your right foot. Breathing deep here. So in forward folds, I always like to say that breathing is the most important thing, because we're getting our body into these deep twists and folds where our breath has the opportunity to really massage our internal organs, which is super detoxifying. So inhale, come all the way back up. Place the right hand behind you. Let the left knee drop out to the side. And we're going to inhale to sweep the left arm off and over the right ear, coming into this variation on gate pose. An option here to lift the left leg and bend the knee, reaching back with the left hand taking into it. And then extend again. Come down the way you came up. Right leg extends again. Left knee pulls in towards you. We're having that fist of space between the left foot and the right leg. And our left arm is on the inside of our left elbow, or our left knee. And we're gonna fold forward here. So folding over that right leg, we're keeping the right foot engaged. An option to stay here, pressing into that left foot, or maybe you want to try for the bind, so reaching that left arm around and that right arm back, and folding here. And no worries if you don't get the bind. Wherever you're finding your edge and breathing into the point where it's pushing your comfort zone. It's not hurting you, but it's pushing your comfort zone. That's where we really want to be. So then, exhale to release, letting the left leg drop to the side, left hand comes behind you, right arm extends up and over for this gate pose, gazing over to the right side, and then exhale, coming all the way down. So I want you to bring your feet together, so we're coming into this diamond shape with our legs, and our feet are slightly out, so they're not like pulled in directly towards us. We're going to inhale and exhale to fold forward. So the reason why we want our feet a little bit farther out, it's a different stretch than if they were pulled in. And here you can even, if your head can reach, you can rest your head in your feet. And just breathing there for a few more breaths. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Knees come in together. We're gonna come into this Navasana pose, this half boat. So our shins are parallel to the ground. We're extending our arms long. And then we're going to take a few notches of getting down to the ground. So slightly extend. We're gonna hold for 3, 2, 1, slightly lower, 3, 2, 1, and then one more time, 3, 2, 1, and then release all the way to the ground. Closing your eyes and letting yourself melt here. We're gonna take a few back bends and then come into Shavasana. So bending the knees and bringing the heels back in towards us. Reach your hands for the ankles, and we're gonna lift our hips up, pushing in through the feet, interlacing the fingers. And so yeah, pushing in through the heels, the feet. Feeling that lift. And then release the hands, exhale to come all the way to the ground. Knees knock in towards each other, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. So we're gonna have 2 more options for back bends. You can either take bridge again, or you can take full wheel, and I'm gonna offer a little fun thing you can do in both. So if you wanna take wheel, I'll cue wheel. Otherwise, just do what we just did and come into the bridge pose with your hands reaching towards your ankles and lifting your hips off the ground. But if you wanna do full wheel, hands come next to your head, next to your ears, fingertips facing towards you, and lifting the hips off the ground, and then lifting up onto your head, and then coming all the way up into a full back bend. So if we're in this full back bend, our arms are extended, our chest is kind of over our hands, and we're holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the knees to come lower gently down all the way onto the mat, letting your knees knock in towards each other. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, breathing. And then one more back bend before we close things up. So either bridge or full wheel. For wheel, we're gonna bring our hands next to our ears, fingers facing towards us, pressing in through the heels and lifting up all the way. So a little fun option here, we've been playing with this whole lifting our heels up. So if you wanna try lifting your heels up off the ground here in the back bend, do so. If you wanna do that, you wanna make sure you have a real sense of grounding in your hands and actively pushing up with your feet still. And then coming down wherever you're at and lowering gently back onto the ground. Knees knocking in towards each other, one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And then hands behind the knees, rocking forward and backward, and rocking all the way up, extending the legs long for a counter posture, folding over those legs again. This one can be a little more gentle and restorative, just letting yourself really melt here. And lifting yourself all the way back up and down onto your spine, and extending my legs long, taking up space, palms facing up, feet splaying out, and just really letting any tension dissolve here. So we'll be here for the next few minutes, just letting ourselves sink into the mat. And we can start to scan our bodies with a healing light. So I'm going to guide you through it. So starting at the crown of your head, imagine a light is starting to penetrate your skull. It can be whatever color you want, whatever color is going to bring you peace and healing and harmony. The light is coming here to clear out anything in your body that you don't need anymore, that isn't serving your highest good. And just clearing space for the next things to come and setting you up for having the space to and the discernment to know what is best for you and what is in your highest good. So this light is starting to percolate into your skull. Imagine the color of it coming down in through your forehead, in through your brain, in the backs of your eyes, through your nasal cavity, down into your jaw, your mouth, your throat, dissolving any knots, any tension at all that you have remaining in your body. Down into your chest cavity, your collarbones, your shoulders. Starting to enter into your heart center. Dissolving any blocks or tension in your body, your physical or energetic body. Moving down your shoulders into your arms, down into your elbows, your forearms, and out to your hands, to your fingertips, down through your heart center, into your stomach, clearing out anything that does not serve you anymore, through your intestines, into your hips, your pelvic floor, through your lower back, starting to enter the tops of your legs. And imagine it's still connected to the crown of your head, so the light is totally encompassing your upper body now, moving into your legs, reaching all the way to your knees, your shins, your ankles, your heels, and all the way through your feet, through your toes, and out into the earth. So just sensing into your whole energy field, just being filled with this healing light. And then slowly start to bring some movement into your fingers and toes. Stretching the arms alongside your body, over your ears. So you're in one long line, maybe interlacing the fingers and stretching long. And keeping your arms above you, bring your knees into your chest, rocking side to side and letting yourself fall onto one side. Pushing yourself all the way up to your seat, keeping your eyes closed. And bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up to practice yoga today, showing up to yourself. And recalling your intention one more time, trusting that even if you forgot it during your practice, you set the intention for this practice to be sealing it into your energetic field. So this practice was spent bringing it into reality. Taking one deep inhale and exhale to seal it all in. And then closing the practice by taking a bow. Thank you all so much for coming today. Namaste.